Okay, so now we're on the third step of our project. We have created our bass drum line. We have quantized that bass drum line so it is right along with the metronome. And now we really get to get creative with our project and have a little bit of fun. During this step, we'll be adding layers to your project. And what I'm going to be looking for is that you have at least 2 layers recorded on top of that bass drum line. So that means that we could have a tom, a cymbal, a snare, another bass drum. There just needs to be something else, 2 more layers added on top of that bass drum line foundation. Okay, so my first step is going to be to reopen my keyboard because I did close out of it. So again, I will go to Window, and I will click on Show Musical Typing, that last option. So now my keyboard is back. I'm going to drag that blue slider bar to the center because remember, it doesn't always work in those extreme ranges. So I'm going to put it right in the center, and I'm going to find a different instrument that I want to record on top of my bass drum line. Okay, good. So I can use this little symbol here. That's the J key that I'm using. And what I'm going to do, in order to record layers, I'm going to double click this little arrow here, or I could just drag this menu, this little line. They both take you back to the top of the track. Okay, so now I see that my bar is right here at the top of the track, and that means that I will start recording right at the beginning. So what I'm going to do, just like when I recorded my bass drum line, I'm going to click this red circle. That is your record button. So I'll click on that, and I'm going to create a different beat. This one doesn't need to be quarter notes. It can be whatever you want it to be. Okay, so let's see what we can make. So again, you'll get those 4 clicks after you press record, and then you can begin recording your your first layer. Okay, so that layer, it was kind of an unsuccessful recording. If I wanted to delete it, I could go to the top here, click Edit, and just like in a Word document, you would go to Edit, Undo. So now that's gone, I can see the only dots I have in there. That was my bass drum line. But I think I'm just going to quantize it and keep it. So I'm going to do Redo MIDI Recording, so that will bring it back. So now I see it's back here. And because it wasn't exactly on the beat, I'm going to go ahead and quantize that. So again, you can click on your pair of scissors here, your editor's tool, and I'm going to find that cymbal line. Now, if I can't look at this directly and see that it's my cymbal line, I can click on it and hear the sound. So now that I've clicked on that green square, I can hear it, and to me it sounds like a cymbal. Okay, so let's listen back and just see what it sounds like before the quantization. Okay, so now we heard that it was definitely off. So now I'm going to, again, I'll do the same thing I did with my bass drum line. I'm going to click and select all of my cymbal beats. Okay, so now that they're light green and they've all been selected, I was intending for those to be on the 8th note, on the upbeat. So what I'm going to look for is 1/8 note. If you're not sure what to look for when recording your layer, if you don't know what kind of note it was, if it was a triplet, a 16th note, an 8th note, that is okay. Your best bet might be to look for 16th note, but you can always explore the different options and then undo it if it doesn't sound right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my Time Quantize menu over here. And again, just like in our second step, I'm going to click on this drop-down menu. And because I know that I wanted 8th notes, I'm going to select 8th note, 1/8 note. Okay, so you just saw my green bar shift. And now let's listen to what we have. Let's see if it changed. Good. So now we can hear that my cymbal is now in time. It's happening perfectly on the upbeat. Okay, and after that, I will go ahead and add one more layer to my DrumKit loop. I will quantize it just like I did the other two, and my DrumKit loop is complete. That's it. Those are the only 3 steps I'm looking for. Those are the only 3 steps I will be grading you on. Do I have a bass drum foundation? Do I have my bass drum foundation quantized? And do I have 2 or more layers on top of that bass drum line? Again, this project is meant for you to explore, get creative, and have a little fun with it. Don't be afraid to try something new. And again, please ask me in class if you have any questions.